Are you new to trucking business? Have you found a load but uncertain about booking it? What are the important things to consider? Hi, I'm Taylor from Truck Dispatcher Training Company. In today's video, we're going to talk about 10 factors you should consider before booking a load. Let's assume that as a new trucking business owner, you're looking for loads on a load board, and you found one. The first thing you should consider before booking that load is the broker's credibility or the broker's rating, which is an indication of how likely they are to pay on time for the load that you deliver. The broker's rating is essentially their credit score, and it basically outlines how likely it is that broker is going to pay like they're supposed to. That's obviously a very important factor because it doesn't matter how good a load is if the broker is not going to pay. If they have a bad reputation for paying, then it doesn't matter how good the load is if you don't actually get paid for it. Depending on the load board on your level of subscription, you can usually see the broker's rating on the load board. Another tool that you can use to check a broker's credit rating is your factoring company. Most factoring companies out there are going to have some type of system where you can check out your broker's credit ratings. Another important factor to consider before you book a load is what type of equipment is needed. Some loads may specifically say no hot shots, box trucks, or reefer trailers, and allow dry vans only. When it comes to dry vans, there may be some specifications like swing doors, trailers only. Let's say you have a trailer from 1985 that's almost near 40 years old. Some shippers are going to have requirements that your trailer can be more than 10 years old in order to pull certain loads. So understanding what type of equipment is needed before you book is going to be very important. The third factor to consider before booking the load is the broker's authority age requirement. Some brokers aren't going to want to work with brand new authorities. Sometimes they're going to require you to have 30, 60, 90, or even 180 days worth of operating authority before they let you book a load. So there's going to be something that you're going to want to make you sure taken into consideration before you book a load. The fourth thing on the list is probably the most obvious one, but it's the rate. How much is the load paying? Another important factor to consider is the distance, and by distance I mean the empty miles as well as the trip miles. First, you're going to need to know your deadhead miles or your empty miles to get from your current location to the pickup, and then also you're going to want to know what the total miles are for the trip, starting from the pickup to the delivery number. The sixth factor is the weight of the load. The reason why the weight is important is because the heavier the weight, the more wear and tear is going to cause on your truck. The seventh factor to consider before you book a load is the number of stops on the load. Most loads are going to have one pickup and one drop, but you're going to want to make sure before you book the load that there's not 3, 4, 5 stops on that particular load. The eighth thing to consider is the flexibility of the pickup and delivery times. Is it a 24-hour shipper and not 24-hour receiver? Is it first come, first serve on the shipper or the receiving it? Or does the load have a set pickup time and a set delivery time? These are all the things that you're going to want to know ahead of time before you book. Number 9 is location. How's the route to the delivery? Is it a flat terrain or will it be going through mountains? Will it be going through high traffic areas or will they build tolls? We see natural disasters affecting the trucking industry all the time. Are there any weather concerns in the drop-off city? So when it comes to the location, these are just going to be some things you're going to want to be aware of. And last but not least, I have on my list are lumpers. Before you book a load, you're going to want to find out from the broker, will there be any lumpsters and who's responsible for the lumpsters? The last thing you want to happen is for you or your driver to be delivering at 3 a.m. and then you find out that there's an unexpected lumper that you're unprepared for. As a recap, we went over 10 things to consider before booking a load, and those things are broker's ratings, equipment needed, authority age requirements, the rates, the distance, the weight, the number of stops, flexibility in the pickup, and delivery times, locations, and the lumpsters. If you think of any other things or factors to consider that were not already mentioned in this video, then feel free to leave those in the comment section below. If you found this video helpful, please put a like and let us know in the comment section below if there's any other questions. Thanks for watching, see you soon.